Hey everyone, it's Ashlena. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I do concert vlogs all the time, depending on how good of footage I can get from a show. I don't like to film a lot, but I do like to give you kind of like an overall experience. I like to show you what it's like getting there, seeing the merch, watching the show, all that good stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll pop in throughout the video and explain some more things in detail. Hey guys, it's Ashlena. I am heading to the Spiritbox show. And I have no idea where I'm going because I've never been to this venue before. It's next to the casino, which is great if you like gambling, but I have no idea where I'm going. So come on a journey with me to figure out where the hell this theater is. At least there's free parking. I'm assuming those are the tour buses. That's pretty cool. This looks really fancy. This is crazy. That's a crazy venue, bro. So I have to tell you guys, the lineup for merch was absolutely insane. It was a really long line. So I did end up missing the first band, which sucks. But, you know, I really wanted to get me some Spiritbox merch because I don't own any. But luckily the line didn't take too long. Although it was wrapped around, I think I was in line for probably maybe 15-20 minutes. That could be exaggerating a little. I was not really paying attention. I was on my phone the whole time. But they did have these cute little QR codes. While you're in line, you can check what's still in stock and basically if things are, you should size up, size down, etc. So I thought that was so smart. Every single band needs to do that. If you're waiting in line for something specific only to find out at the end it's sold out, I would be so mad. But luckily, when it comes to band shirts, smalls and mediums don't really tend to sell out that fast because they do make a lot of them, but they don't make a lot of like 2XL and 3XL, which is very disappointing. Those were selling out really quickly. So I thought the QR code while you're in line waiting, you can refresh and see what's going on. But the amount of merch they had was incredible. It was really hard to just choose two things. But I'll show you guys what the merch looks like. And I'll show you guys what I bought. So I ended up buying this shirt. I will post a picture of the back of it. It is stunning. I actually do not want to wear this. I think it is such a beautiful shirt that I'm scared to wear it and ruin it. The front is very simplistic. It's beautiful, but the back is gorgeous. And because I don't own any Spiritbox merch, period, besides vinyl, I wanted to get a second shirt, one that I can wear more often. So I did just get this one, which is basically the Tsunami Sea artwork. I think it's so pretty. And then this is the back. Simplistic. Proves I've been to the 2025 headline Toronto show. And I thought this was really cute. It's a little messed up because I just wore it to the gym. It's a little sweaty, but it's going in the laundry. The first band that opened up was called Poor Sport. I totally missed their set due to being in line. As I was in line, Dying Wish came on, and I could hear them really well throughout the theater because they have speakers so you could hear the show if you're not actually watching, which I love that so much. And they sounded great. I did catch the end of their set, which was awesome, and I did take some videos. So I'm just going to show you the merch for Dying Wish and Poor Sport, as well as Loathe. I did make their set, so you guys will see some footage from them as well. So enjoy. Mind if I film? So I want to talk about why I sat in the Mez. When I was looking for tickets, they did have general admission available, but then I was like, do I really want to stand all night? And I'm going alone. And when I go to shows alone, I'd rather just have a seat and chill and, you know, do my own thing rather than just be stuck in a crowd going, I feel awkward by myself. So I just like to sit. I didn't realize the Mez seat was so far back. So if you do end up going to this show, I highly recommend a Mez seat if you need to sit, you don't want to stand, you don't want to be near a pit, etc. But I kind of wish I was in general admission because there was so much space that I could have just chilled in the back. and been okay. And I wish I knew that, but this venue is totally new to me, but the sound quality was top notch. So I'm going to show you guys getting to my seat, and then you're going to check out Dying Wish, and then I'll talk about Loathe, and then you'll see some Loathe footage. And then of course we'll get into Spiritbox.
Light this shit up! Light it up! Get 'em up! Light 'em up! We will never be the same. There's no one to blame. We will never be the same. But I have to choose to turn with the sides. If you
Loathe was fantastic. I loved their set. The thing with this venue, and this could have just been because of the bands that were there, their lighting was intense. There were times where I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have like a seizure right now. The lighting was intense. Okay. So filming is not the greatest. I apologize. Plus, I'm fairly far away. I feel like the audio quality is pretty good considering I was filming on an iPhone. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of crazy lighting situations, and it was the best I could do for where I was sitting. I do want to talk about one thing that I loved about this show. The music they played between sets of bands was so gangster. There was a lot of rap. Missy Elliott's Work It. There was Ray. There was some rap that I had no idea what it was. There was some reggaeton. It was a vibe. I don't think a lot of people around me liked that vibe, but I was like jamming. Okay. When Work It came on by Missy Elliott, you bet your ass all these guys that are heavy metal rockers were singing along. So, but we all know Courtney's gangster and loves that type of music. So I just thought it was a really great choice of music to keep people going. Also, there was a group right below the mez of guys who were dancing, and I kind of wanted to film them, but I was like, no, I'm going to respect their privacy. But they were like, there was one guy who was such a good dancer, and his friends were just dancing with him and just, you know, having a good time. They literally entertained me from the point of Loathe leaving the stage to Spiritbox joining the stage, and everyone in the mez was just like watching them and laughing and having a good time. We weren't laughing at them. We were laughing because it was them being silly and we enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoy the Spiritbox footage that I got, and I'll talk about the show after. Spiritbox was absolutely batshit crazy. They were so good. As soon as Courtney started singing the first song, my whole body, I'm just thinking about it, I'm still getting chills from it. Her voice live is so amazing. It just makes me so happy knowing the first time I've seen Spiritbox live, they're even better live. They have so much energy. Their stage is amazing. Their lighting, their visuals, everything was absolutely beautiful. It was like watching a show that should have been in an arena. They made a small venue feel like an arena, and it was absolutely nuts. They interacted with the crowd a lot, which I loved. There was a guy dressed up as Jesus in the middle of the pit. And Courtney called him out. And I think she said something like, "This is for Jesus in the pit." And I died. It was so funny. I wish I filmed it. But again, I was trying to enjoy the show as much as I could. Obviously, I wanted to get you guys some footage though. But yeah, the band, they're just so talented. And I'm really sorry, I don't know the names of everyone in that band. Okay, I'm doing my best. I'm learning. I'm still a new fan. But I believe it's the bassist who also sings. His voice is immaculate live. He sounds amazing. I was so surprised because I was so curious how Courtney is singing all of these songs without, losing her voice. But he does a lot of the backup vocals, but also the harmonies and also some of the lead parts. So Courtney can stop and then switch into the next part. And it was so well done, and their voices mesh really well together. And I really appreciated hearing that because I was just like, how is she doing this night after night, not losing her voice? The other part I loved was Courtney took a second to talk to the crowd about how big of a deal this was to be headlining in Toronto. They did a show, I can't remember with who, but it was at History, and they were opening. And so having this tour and them opening in Toronto as Canadians made them really happy. And she went to Mike. She walked over to Mike and was like, something, yeah, what do you think? And she just assumed he was going to be like, yup. But he actually took the mic and like did a little speech. And when he was done, Courtney was like, wow, I honestly didn't think that was going to happen. I thought you were just going to say yup. So I'm assuming he doesn't talk very much during live performances. So it was really nice of him to kind of have that moment to talk to the crowd, to give appreciation for everyone coming out. And it was just a sweet moment. And I was just like this the whole time. I'm like, this is so sweet. I'm so proud of them. I should have filmed it, but again, trying to enjoy the show here, guys. If you haven't seen Spiritbox, I highly recommend it, even if you only know a couple of songs. I was a little worried about what the set list was going to be like, but they are making this tour very Tsunami Sea targeted, which I appreciate because I feel like that's my favorite Spiritbox album right now. But of course, they played some of the oldies like Jaded and Hysteria. I just think it was the perfect set list for a Tsunami Sea fan who knows their old stuff but has absolutely fallen so much in love with this album. It is literally my favorite album of 2025 so far. And it was just the perfect set list because I got to hear all of the songs that are kind of big for them. And to be fair, I knew every single song they played. So obviously this is the set list, and I just think it was so well done. So well done, especially when they used Tsunami Sea, the first and second song, Fata Morgana and Black Rainbow, in that order, just like the album. Made my heart so happy because Black Rainbow is my favorite Spiritbox song right now. And I think I would have died if they didn't play that. So I'm really, when I heard it start, I was like, oh, this is my shit. I was so happy. So guys, if you're ever worried about going to a concert yourself, don't worry about it. It's better to go than to miss out on one of your favorite bands. I had the best time. Regardless if I was by myself or not. I didn't talk to no one. I enjoyed the show. I did my little dance. I sat the whole time because I didn't want the people in the row behind me to not be able to see. But why I didn't need to stand, okay? I was comfortably seated and just rocking out, having a good time. Got to film without bothering anybody. And I love them so much. They did a phenomenal job. Everyone sounded great. It looked great. The venue was awesome. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So highly recommend you seeing this band. And I really hope you guys liked this concert vlog. And if you want to see more, I have tons of concerts coming up this summer. I have City and Color. I have Ubiquitous Synergy Seeker, which I'm celebrating with a bunch of friends for my birthday. That's coming up in June. I have Oasis coming up at the new venue in Toronto. I have Linkin Park coming up. I have a lot of shows that are coming up. So, Freeze the Fall's coming up in Toronto. You bet your ass there will be a concert vlog on that. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to support my channel, please do, because most of these videos are unmonetized because number one, I don't pause through my reactions. Number two, concert vlogs are literally unmonetized because I'm showing you concert footage and the music is in it. And it would be just really sweet if you want to support me on Patreon or just following me on Instagram or anything like that. I appreciate all your support. And for all of you that are constantly commenting and sharing music with me, you know, it's my favorite thing in the world when someone shares something with me that they think I'll love. Regardless if I love it or not, I still think sharing music is a form of love. So I appreciate you. I love you all. And I'll see you guys in my next video.
Good boy. Hello. Yay. Nothing like a good midnight walk, huh? Hello. You excited to go outside? Yeah, you're excited to go outside. Bless you.